Hello everyone, I'm Travis, and let's get wanderlost. Nicole and I recently sailed on a 4-night cruise aboard Utopia of the Seas, and in this video we're going to do our full ship tour of this amazing ship. Utopia of the Seas is the 6th and largest of the Oasis-class ships from Royal Caribbean. Utopia of the Seas is the first of the Oasis-class ships to be powered by liquefied natural gas, and it made its debut in July of 2024. Utopia of the Seas is about 37,000 gross tons, 1,200 feet long, 211 feet wide, and has a maximum capacity of around 6,000 guests. Utopia of the Seas is currently making its home port in Port Canaveral, Florida, and is doing 3- and 4-night biggest weekend type cruises to Nassau and CocoCay, Bahamas. That's enough of the random facts about Utopia of the Seas. Let's get on with the tour. Utopia of the Seas is slightly different than the other Royal Caribbean Oasis class ships. We'll go through those differences in this video, while also going deck by deck and showing you all the features and attractions and everything else that this incredible ship has to offer. We're going to start off on Deck 4, which is Entertainment Place and the Casino. The first thing that we come to on Deck 4 is Utopia Station Royal Railway, which is a unique dining experience restaurant that you have to experience. Be on the lookout for our video on this restaurant in the coming weeks and days. On Decks 3, 4, and 5 is the main dining room. This is where they serve breakfast every morning and dinner every night, and lunch on sea days. We enjoyed the food in the main dining room on Utopia of the Seas, and we ate here 3 out of the 4 nights of our cruise. It was slightly better than some of the other main dining rooms on the other Royal Caribbean ships that we've tried recently. The menus are slightly different aboard Utopia of the Seas in the main dining room, so make sure you check out the Royal Caribbean app to see what's different about them. Walking towards the front of the ship from the main dining room, we'll walk through Casino Royale, which is the casino aboard Utopia of the Seas. There are plenty of slot machines and table games to get your gambling fix aboard your cruise. If you've ever been on one of the other Oasis-class ships from Royal Caribbean, you'll know that there is normally 2 walkways through the casino that head up towards Entertainment Place. On Utopia of the Seas, there is only the one walkway that goes through the art gallery, and you don't have that secondary option that went through like a secondary type art hallway type thing that goes around Studio B. So be mindful of that. When it's super busy in the casino, it might be a little bit harder to get towards Entertainment Place and Studio B, so you might have to take a different route, maybe go through the promenade. After you get through the casino, as you continue walking towards the front of the ship, you'll go through the art gallery. This is where they display all the paintings and works of art that'll be on auction during your cruise. As we enter Entertainment Place, we'll see Studio B. This is the ice skating rink and another entertainment venue aboard Utopia of the Seas. In this venue, they do Crazy Quest, they do bingo, and of course, they have the ice skating show, which is called Utopia, Y-O-U, aboard Utopia of the Seas. With there not being a walkway on the left side of Studio B towards the casino, they actually have a box office here, and this is where you can go to actually reserve all the shows that are happening during your cruise aboard Utopia of the Seas. Next to the box office is the Crown Lounge. The Crown Lounge is the Diamond and above Crown and Anchor Society Lounge, where you can get concierge service, free drinks, some snacks, and a place to relax. We had not been in the Crown Lounge before on any of our other ships, but since we are Diamond now, we decided to take advantage of this, and here are some videos so you can see what it's like inside this lounge. Royal Caribbean likes to do the digital cruise compasses aboard your cruise instead of having the paper versions inside your stateroom. If you forget to tell your stateroom attendant that you wanted the paper copies, you can actually go into the Crown Lounge if you're a Diamond member and pick up a copy for your collection. Royal Caribbean announced that they were turning some spaces on their ships into a non-smoking casino, and on Utopia of the Seas, it's right next door to the Crown Lounge, which used to be known as the Golden Lounge on ships like Wonder of the Seas. This is a non-smoking casino which has a few table games and a few slot machines, and it's a place you can go to gamble without having to worry about the smell of smoke. At the very front of the ship on decks 4 and 5 is the Royal Theatre. On Utopia of the Seas, they have a stage show called All In, which is a unique stage show for Utopia of the Seas. We thought this show was incredible and much better than some of the other shows that we've seen on Royal Caribbean ships, like Boardwalk Cabaret or Live Life Legs, or some of those other random song and dance type shows. It was very good. Make sure you check it out. They also do the headliner acts in here. Aboard our ship was a Journey cover band. And at the last night of your cruise, they do the adult comedy show in the Royal Theatre as well. Also on deck 4 is the attic, and this is the comedy club aboard Utopia of the Seas. In this room, they normally do the comedy show on every night except for the last night. They also have bingo and a dance club type show in this room as well. As we head up to Deck 5 and enter the Royal Promenade, which is the main entertainment and dining district aboard Utopia of the Seas, the first venue that we'll come to is Boleros. This is the Latin club, or Latin bar, aboard Utopia of the Seas. This is where they do salsa dancing and Latin music. It's also a really good place to get a drink and relax. As we walk towards the front of the ship on the Royal Promenade, we'll come up to Solara Beauty. This is the beauty shop in the Royal Promenade area. This is where you can buy perfumes and makeups, and remember, it's all duty free. Next up is the world-famous Sorrento's Pizza. This pizza joint is open late, so if you're looking for something to eat after a late show or a night at the club, make sure you get some pizza. It's a favorite of mine. The first venue after Sorrento's Pizza is the Next Cruise desk. This is where you can book your next cruise while you're on your current cruise. They do have some onboard credit and maybe some discount type deals, so make sure you check it out if you're looking to book another vacation. After Next Cruise is the Effie Jewelry Shop. They normally do some giveaways and different types of events in here. It's also where you can get the Royal Bling line of jewelry. Make sure you check it out, it's pretty cool. If I ever won the lottery, I wouldn't tell anyone, but there would definitely be some signs. As you continue to walk towards the front of the ship, you'll come up to the best bar on the entire ship, the Pesky Parrot. The Pesky Parrot is a bamboo room style bar and lounge, and it actually has an animatronic parrot, some really unique and fun drinks, and candy straws for your drinks. We really enjoyed our time in the Pesky Parrot, and it's by far our favorite bar on any of the Royal Caribbean ships. So tropic like it's hot. In the middle of the Royal Promenade is the Rising Tide Bar. This is an elevator bar that goes between the Central Park area above and the Royal Promenade. If you have questions about the ports you're going to or the shopping in those ports, make sure you check out the port shopping desk. And right next to that is the Voom internet desk. So if you need help with your internet package or want to buy Wi-Fi, this is where you'd want to go. Next to customer service is Regalia Fine Watches. This is where you can buy a watch, like a Rolex or a Breitling, on your cruise. As we head towards the back of the ship, guest services is on the left-hand side. This is where you go if you have a problem or if you enjoy complaining. Love specialty coffee and little snacks? Well, you're in luck. Cafe Promenade is the place to go to get your coffee fix, like an iced latte with an extra shot and extra caramel, or to get a small little sandwich in between meals. Cafe Promenade proudly serves Starbucks coffee. It is not the Starbucks location though, so it is included in your refreshment and drink packages. Next to Cafe Promenade is Accessories Place. This is where you can buy a nice designer handbag like a Louis Vuitton or a Michael Kors. The English pub aboard Utopia of the Seas is called the Bell and Barley. This is where you can get a Guinness or other mixed drinks that are available in here. We noticed it wasn't that busy on our cruise, and they had some really good drinks, so it didn't really make a lot of sense. So make sure you check out this venue. Port Merchants is the main duty-free shop on Utopia of the Seas. This is where you can get alcohol and other duty-free items. But do remember, if you do buy a bottle of alcohol like vodka or whiskey, Royal Caribbean will hold that until the end of your cruise. This shop does have some exclusive duty-free shop type drinks, so make sure you check it out if you're into that sort of thing. Up next is the shop, which is the Royal Caribbean logo and Utopia of the Seas store. In here you'll find your Royal Caribbean and Utopia of the Seas branded merchandise, and I'm happy to say that their merchandise has greatly improved from some of their other ships. We bought several shirts and a few other unique souvenirs from this trip, and we were very happy with the selection that they had in the store. So check it out. The final venue on Deck 5 of the Royal Promenade is Spotlight Karaoke. This is the karaoke bar aboard Utopia of the Seas. You can rent a private room for you and your family, or you can participate in the karaoke contest. They also do game shows and trivia in Spotlight Karaoke. Starbucks is also on Deck 5 of the Royal Promenade. This is a full-service Starbucks location, but please remember it is not part of any of the drink packages or coffee cards. I don't know if they'll have them in the future, but this location did not have any of the Royal Caribbean Starbucks mugs like the ones that we got on Symphony of the Seas, so hopefully they're coming soon. To Deck 6 of the Royal Promenade, the first thing we come to is the Crown and Anchor desk, which is inside the schooner bar. This is where you go if you have questions or need help with your Crown and Anchor Society benefits or your status. The schooner bar is the nautical-themed bar aboard Utopia of the Seas. It is a Royal Caribbean staple and is on almost all of their ships. This is a piano bar where they have live music and traditional or old-fashioned themed drinks. It's also a great location to watch all of the stuff that's happening on Deck 5, including the Effectors Parade that happens on your cruise. On the other side of Deck 6's Royal Promenade is the Shore Excursions desk and Shore Excursion kiosk where you can book shore excursions. And next to that is the In Focus photo studio, which is where you would go to pick up and select the photos out of your photo package. One of the random things that is different about Utopia of the Seas versus some of the other ships that are in this class is that there is not the secondary stairs over in this area that leads down to Deck 5, but it does kind of create a better location to watch the parade and some of the other things that happen on the Royal Promenade, like the street party. But be mindful, there is no stairs, and this is a dead end right after In Focus. So that door that's at the end there, don't open that. That goes in the crew area, and you can get in trouble. Let's stay on Deck 6 and head out to the Boardwalk. This neighborhood is an outdoor space that is themed to the turn of the century amusement and seaside resorts. As you head towards the back of the ship, on the right-hand side you'll see the arcade area, which is attached to Playmaker Sports Bar. Playmakers is the sports bar aboard Utopia of the Seas. This has all your sports bar type foods like chicken wings and chicken tenders and hamburgers and that sort of thing. It's also where you can catch the game, so don't worry about missing the big game on your cruise. Chances are it'll be shown in Playmakers. Next to Playmakers is the end of the Ultimate Abyss dry slide. This is the largest dry slide at sea. We'll show more of it when we do the pool deck later in this video. The Aqua Theater is on the Boardwalk at the very end. This is the venue that does the aqua shows like Aqua 82, which is the show on Utopia of the Seas. It is really, really good, so make sure you check it out, but get there early or have a reservation to make sure you get a seat at this venue. The rock climbing walls are on each side of the Aqua Theater. How quickly can you ring the bell on this unique attraction on Utopia of the Seas? There is a smaller kids climbing play area next to the Aqua Theater. And then right next to that is Johnny Rockets, which is a burger joint on the Boardwalk, which is part of the specialty dining program. For lunch and dinner, you can use your dining package to eat here or pay a little bit more if you don't have a dining package. But as a unique tip, for breakfast, Johnny Rockets is free and has some of the best breakfast on Utopia of the Seas because it's made to order. It's our favorite place for breakfast, so make sure you check out Johnny Rockets in the Boardwalk area. The kids shop is next to Johnny Rockets. This is a kids only store. It sells Utopia and Royal Caribbean branded merchandise along with some other things that kids might enjoy. It definitely has some unique types of gifts and souvenirs and toys and all that sort of thing. It also has your largest selection of sunscreen on Utopia of the Seas. So if you're looking for some sun bum, this is the place to get it. Sugar Beach is the ice cream and candy store. So if you're looking for some Sugar Beach branded ice cream or some unique candy for your day, make sure you go in here and get some. There's definitely a large selection of candy that you can pay for by the pound, stuffed animals and that sort of thing, and then fresh scooped ice cream. It does have a charge for the ice cream and the candy, and it's not part of any of your dining or drink packages. The Boardwalk Doghouse is a complimentary dining venue that serves hot dogs and sausages. And we can't forget about the carousel that is in the boardwalk. Which one of the animals is your favorite? I really enjoy the toucan bird that's on there, and would be the one that I would ride if I was on the carousel. We're going to head up to Deck 8, where Central Park is located. The first venue on Central Park is Azumi Sushi. This is the sushi and hibachi restaurant that is on Utopia of the Seas. This is part of the specialty dining program. So if you have a specialty dining package, or if you want to pay a la carte, you can go to Azumi Sushi and get some of the best sushi on board Utopia of the Seas. Central Park is usually a very low-key and chill place to relax on your Royal Caribbean cruise. They play light jazz music and guitar out here during the evenings when people are going to dinner, and it's normally a good place to read a book under a tree. We really enjoy Central Park, but be mindful on Utopia of the Seas because the pool deck is right above, and they do dance parties and DJ and all that sort of stuff. That noise normally travels into the Central Park area, and there are times of the day when it can be quite loud because it echoes on both sides of the balconies that are on Central Park or facing Central Park. It's still a great venue and it's still a great area to go to. We enjoy Central Park. The Park Cafe is a complimentary dining venue as well, and this is where you can get sandwiches and salads, even Royal Caribbean's version of a beef on weck sandwich. They also have drinks and other things here. They serve breakfast and lunch, and during the evening they have tapas in the Park Cafe between specific hours. Make sure you go to the Park Cafe, especially if one of the other venues is busy. It's normally not as busy as, let's say, the Windjammer or Cafe Promenade. The Trellis Bar is the bar, or the main bar, in the Central Park area. They have a unique menu, mostly serving wine and champagne. $150 Central Park is one of our favorite specialty dining restaurants on any Royal Caribbean ship. Make sure you try the venison if you tried this restaurant. We went here for my birthday on Symphony of the Seas and it was incredible. One of our favorites, if not our most favorite specialty dining restaurant. It's definitely worth a try even with its unique menu. On the other side of Central Park, from 150 Central Park, is Chops Grill. This is the steakhouse aboard Utopia of the Seas, and it's a Royal Caribbean staple on almost every single one of their ships. If you want a really good ribeye or a filet, or even a New York strip, this is the place to go. Chops Steakhouse normally has excellent food and excellent sides. It is a specialty dining restaurant and is part of your specialty dining package, or you can pay for it a la carte as well. Borrowed from Icon of the Seas is Izumi in the Park. This is a to-go window for sushi and sashimi, and some desserts like the bubble waffle cones. It looks really good. You can actually pay for it a la carte, and you can use the daily credit on your dining package as well to purchase these things. Make sure you check it out. The Collection is also on Central Park. This is a luxury store which sells your designer merchandise. The jogging track is on Deck 5, and there are 4 entrances from the Royal Promenade and 1 entrance from the gym. This is one of the best places to have amazing ocean views. It also gives you a really unique perspective when you go behind the Aqua Theater and look back towards the front of the ship. It's one of our favorite places on Utopia of the Seas because you get that amazing, incredible wake view when the ship is moving. Just incredible. When you're leaving the Aqua 82 Aqua Theater show, these stairs on each side at the back of the ship are the easiest way to avoid the crowds. You sneak down these stairs, walk down the jogging track, end up on the Royal Promenade, and then you avoid the entire traffic area. And if you're ever curious where service dogs do their business on Utopia of the Seas, it's down here on Deck 5 on the jogging track as well. In the middle of the jogging track, they also have these jut out or open spaces between the lifeboats. They give really good low against the water views of the ocean. Just wanted to come out here and just enjoy the fresh air and the view. It's a really good place to do it, and there's usually not a lot of people out here. It's an underrated place to see sail away or when you're arriving in port. The jogging track is also the location of the shuffleboard court on Utopia of the Seas. On some of the older Oasis class ships, it used to be up by the Aqua Theater, but they moved it down here, I believe on Harmony or Symphony. But definitely, if you're interested in playing some shuffleboard, you have to go to Deck 5, the jogging track, near the front of the ship, right before you get to the gym. The entrance to the gym is right here on the jogging track. You actually go up these stairs and you're right in the middle of the gym. Speaking of the gym, we have Vitality at Sea, which is the spa and fitness center. The entrance is located on Deck 6. It also goes down to Deck 5, where the thermal spa and that sort of thing are. It's a really big, incredible looking gym aboard Utopia of the Seas. The only downside is it does not have the Vitality Cafe like some of the other ships that are out there. So if you wanted a smoothie on board, you just can't go to the gym and get one like you can on, let's say, a Voyager or other ship that's out there. The spa area is pretty massive aboard Utopia of the Seas. They have a salon, they have like the day spa stuff, they have this thermal suite. Make sure you check it out on the first day of your cruise. They do an open house where they kind of explain everything that they offer. They give discounts and all that sort of thing. There's probably something in here for everyone if you're looking for a spa or a spa experience aboard your cruise. The gym is connected through the spa, and it's actually pretty large and actually has some room for your aerobics and Pilates and your spin classes and that sort of thing. If you're looking to work out on your cruise to kind of burn off some of those buffet calories, there's definitely something in here that you can use to make sure you stay in shape. Check out the gym on your cruise. Another unique thing that makes Utopia of the Seas different than some of the other Oasis-class ships is it borrowed the Icon-style elevators, where you select which floor you're going to, and then the elevator system tells you which elevator to stand in front of, and basically it's a lot quicker than some of the other elevators on other ships. So when you get on board, it basically tells you which floor it's going to next, and there's no way to select a different floor. It's quick, it's efficient, and usually have less amount of people on each elevator. At least that was our experience. We enjoyed it. Now let's head up to deck 15 to check out the Solarium, which actually goes through deck 15 and deck 14. This is the adult-only area of the pool deck, and it's for people 18 years or older. In the Solarium, you have the Solarium Bistro, which is a restaurant that's complimentary, that is open for usually breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you have the sun deck and a few whirlpools and places to relax in the water. Again, this is the adult-only area of Utopia of the Seas. They also do some club type music and dance parties in here at night. It's a really cool place to check out. We like the Solarium on Utopia of the Seas much better than the Solarium on Symphony of the Seas. But you be the judge. You tell us if you like it better. Again, the Solarium Bistro, which is a complimentary dining option at the Solarium, serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's sort of like a main dining room mixed in with a Windjammer type feel to it. They do have specific hours that they are open. They do serve more, healthier selections of food. It's worth a drop by and checking out the menu. It's an underrated venue aboard Utopia of the Seas that most people don't know about or don't usually experience on their cruise. That middle section there with the birdcage style seating is Chef's Table. So if you're looking for the Chef's Table experience, it's right here in the Solarium Bistro. Now we'll walk over to deck 16 at the back of the ship and we'll check out the sports zone. The first venue in the sports zone area is the arcade. They do sell arcade bundles or packages on the Royal Caribbean website. They can also purchase tokens and that sort of thing a la carte. So if you're looking for some video games or some skee ball and that sort of thing on your cruise, this is the place to go. As we walk towards the back of the ship, we'll see El Loco Fresh, which is a Mexican quick-serve restaurant which is complimentary or included with your cruise fare that serves tacos, quesadillas, burritos, and that sort of thing. It also has a full salsa bar. You can make a gigantic plate of nachos. We enjoyed El Loco Fresh on our cruise, and it was much better than on one of our previous cruises. I believe it was on Symphony of the Seas. There is a really underrated location for a Coke Freestyle machine attached to El Loco Fresh. Most people don't know it's there. And then right next to that is the Cantina, which is the bar right next to El Loco Fresh. They do have a unique menu as well. And normally there's not a lot of people at this bar, so it's a quick place to get a drink. As we head further back to the back of the ship, we'll find the Utopia Dunes, which is the miniature golf course on Utopia of the Seas. On the first night of your cruise, you'll notice this place is incredibly busy, but if you wait until one of the other nights or one of the other days, there's usually not a lot of people over here. It does light up at night, which makes it look really cool. The zip line is also located in the sports zone, so if you're feeling brave enough and you want to scamper across this gigantic gap above the Windjammer and above the Boardwalk, the zip line is the place to do it. We've never tried it, I don't think I ever will, but let us know if you're brave enough to try the zip line. Utopia Playscape is at the back of the ship right next to the Wipeout Bar and the Ultimate Abyss. It is a children's play area that has a couple slides and some other engaging kid-type playground equipment. We thought it looked a lot better and a lot cooler than the Wonder Playscape that was on Wonder of the Seas. And here is the Ultimate Abyss, which is the longest dry slide at sea. You basically go from deck 16 all the way down to deck 6, and it's pretty scary. Check it out. The Wipeout Bar is the main bar at the back of the ship, and one of the unique things about this bar over all the other ones is it actually has snow cones or shaved ice type of alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks. We were told they're not a part of the drink packages and they are an additional cost, but they look super good. Make sure you try one and then tell us how it is. If you've ever wanted to bodyboard or surf on your cruise, well, you're in luck. They have a Flowrider surf simulator on Utopia of the Seas, and it's located at the back of the ship as well in the sports zone. Make sure you check out the Cruise Compass or your app to find out when they're doing the open surfing and that sort of thing, so you can get your fix for hanging 10 on your cruise. No sports zone on a cruise ship would be complete without a basketball court that's also used as a pickleball and volleyball area. That's also back here at the back of the ship in the sports zone. It's the basketball court, which they use for pickleball and other things. They do tons of stuff in this little section, including tournaments. The ping pong table tennis courts are also back here as well. The last thing that is located in the sports zone is Social 100, which is the kids club for kids ages 13 to 17. They do an open house on your first night of your cruise. Make sure you check it out and see if it's right for your teenage kids. Since we're already on deck 16, let's check out the very top pool deck, which overlooks the actual pool deck. The casitas on the pool deck and the upper sun deck are for rent. You can rent them at the Lime and Coconut Bar. They'll give you a full price and which ones are which and how much they are and all that sort of thing. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, run over to the Lime and Coconut early in the morning and they will give you a price and you can rent one. Social 100 also has a patio area up on deck 17. You can get there through these stairs right here. So the teen club does events and relaxation and get-togethers up there as well. Hooked Seafood is located at the front of the ship right above the Solarium. It is the seafood specialty dining restaurant on Utopia of the Seas. Make sure you check out the lobster. It's really, really good. We liked Hooked Seafood when we tried it on Wonder, and it should be just as good on Utopia. The Lime and Coconut Bar expands through both the top deck and the pool deck. So if you're looking to get a drink, just walk over here to the Lime and Coconut. They have an expanded menu and some unique drinks as well. And there's several locations you can go to make sure you have a drink in your hand while you're on the pool deck. One of the biggest complaints that most people have about Oasis class ships is the obstructed views of the ocean and that sort of thing on the pool deck. Right here where these lattices are by the giant Royal Caribbean logo, there's actually a lower glass area than on some of the other Royal Caribbean Oasis class ships. So you can actually see the sail away in the ocean much better than you could on earlier ships. It's a nice improvement, but still not as good as some other ships for sail away. But those areas are much better than they used to be. As we head down to deck 15 on the actual pool deck, the first venue we'll come up to is the Spare Tire. This is a food truck located on the pool deck that serves a variety of different types of food. My favorite thing that they serve is the deep fried raspberry cheesecake. I wish I would have picked up like 20 or 30 more of them. They were so good. So make sure you check them out at the Spare Tire on the pool deck of Utopia of the Seas. As I said earlier, the lime and coconut goes on both decks, and here is the other location. If you didn't know, there's actually USB and power outlets on each, or not each seat, but almost every other seat at the bar on the lime and coconut. So if you're looking to charge your device, it's a great place to do it while you have a drink in your hand. There are 3 water slides aboard Utopia of the Seas. They are called the Perfect Storm. There's the toilet bowl style that's right in above us right now, and then the 2 slides that kind of wrap around each other. These slides are a lot of fun, and it feels like the toilet bowl style slide was revamped, so you actually go all the way around this time rather than getting stuck and having to kind of force yourself the rest of the way down the slide. We enjoyed the Perfect Storm water slides. They're some of our favorites, and they're definitely really good on Utopia of the Seas. The View Bar first came out on Wonder of the Seas in 2022. It is back on Utopia of the Seas. It is a bar on the side of the ship that kind of sticks out from the rest of the ship, has amazing views. Probably the best views on the pool deck. Splashaway Bay is the kids area of the pool deck on Utopia of the Seas. There is a ton of things that kids are going to love on this pool deck. I wanted to stand underneath that bucket there when it was super hot. You would get so drenched. Sprinkles is the soft serve ice cream location on Utopia of the Seas. Look how cool these stanchions are. But this is where you can get either chocolate, vanilla, or swirled soft serve ice cream and sprinkles to go with them. Now let's check out the Windjammer, which is the buffet aboard Utopia of the Seas. I'm happy to report that the Utopia of the Seas Windjammer copies a lot of what was great on Wonder of the Seas, including the entranceway. There's a lot more seating on some of the older Oasis-class ships like Symphony, Oasis, and Harmony, and the food selection was excellent on our cruise. The first day we even had lobster and crab. There was steak on the second day. The Windjammer was excellent on our cruise, and there was tons of seating, so it never felt super crowded. Our tip is to actually go right when you first get into the Windjammer, and then right again. There's a lot of seating down the side of the ship, which also gives really good views. Overall, the Windjammer gets a thumbs up from us on our cruise. Make sure you have some of the great food that was available in this venue. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. On deck 17 and 18 is the suite neighborhood. This is where you'll find the Ultimate Family Suite, the Royal Loft Suite, and a lot of other suites. Also located in the suite neighborhood is the Suite Lounge and Coastal Kitchen. Coastal Kitchen is one of our favorite restaurants on board any Royal Caribbean ship. Unfortunately, you have to be in a suite, usually higher than a junior suite, to be able to eat there. But the food is amazing. On the first day of your cruise, they do an open house in the Adventure Ocean area, which is the kids club aboard Utopia of the Seas. Adventure Ocean is separated by different age groups. They also have like a science lab and different places to go in here to do different activities like the workshop and the theater. It was really, really cool. This is it's definitely the best Adventure Ocean setup that we've seen on any of the cruises that we've toured. And we would recommend this for anybody that has children aboard Utopia of the Seas. But make sure you check it out when they're doing the open house to make sure it's right for your kids. I know I wanted to hang out in the workshop and in the theater area, but obviously they don't allow adults in those areas for good reason. Adventure Ocean actually does a really cool puppet show in the theater here that they advertise on the Cruise Compass. If you get a chance to check it out and you have kids and that sort of thing, make sure you do. It's worth it. The puppet show in the AO Theater is worth checking out. Located next to Adventure Ocean is Escape U, which is the escape room on Utopia of the Seas. you've ever done an escape room, they're usually really fun. We haven't done one on a Royal Caribbean ship yet, but if you have, let us know in the comments how fun it was, and if it is good as it is on some of the escape rooms on land. And if it's worth the money. We want to try it, but is it worth the money? One of our favorite venues on Royal Caribbean ships is the Music Hall, and it's located on Utopia of the Seas on decks 8 and 9. This is normally the live music performance hall on this cruise ship. It is 2 stories, there's a dance floor, and up on the second floor, which is on deck 9, there's actually a pool table as well. The Music Hall is excellent, gives great views of the boardwalk area. Make sure you check it out on your cruise, especially if you have a really good live band, because it makes your experience even better. And next to the Windjammer on deck 15 is the Mason Jar. This is the Southern style food specialty dining restaurant. We tried the Mason Jar on Wonder of the Seas, and it was really good, especially if you just go there for appetizers and get the deviled eggs and pimento cheese dip. Overall, we love the Mason Jar. The live music in here is really good as well. Check it out on your cruise. And on decks 11 and 12, they moved Giovanni's Italian kitchen to the back of the ship above the boardwalk because they put a Zumi in the park, in Central Park. And I actually really enjoy this location for Giovanni's. Giovanni's has a really good menu and really good food. And one of the things they added is actually a patio area that overlooks the boardwalk, which is really unique and super cool. Check out Giovanni's on your cruise. It's a specialty dining restaurant, and it's worth the night for dinner there. We enjoyed it on Wonder when we tried it. Alright, that should be everything. Every last thing that this amazing cruise ship has to offer. We really enjoyed our time on Utopia of the Seas and wish we had more days to explore and basically take advantage of everything this ship has to offer. If you have any questions about Utopia of the Seas, our time on it, or anything else that happens on our channel, please leave them in the comments section below. If you want to support the channel, make sure you hit that like button on this video and subscribe. It helps us out way more than you realize. And if you need us, we'll be up in that incredible Windjammer. Thanks so much for watching.